How will this fight end? Scott Adkins versus Steven Seagal. This fight would definitely be one for the history books. Not only because it brings together two legendary action movie stars, but also because it pits two very different martial arts styles against each other. Taekwondo versus Aikido. It's not just about personal pride. This showdown is about proving which martial art truly reigns supreme. It's safe to say that Adkins wouldn't be an easy opponent for Seagal. Before stepping into the world of action films, this British-born actor was already a dedicated Taekwondo practitioner. He began training in the martial art at the age of 13 and earned his black belt by the time he was 19. As a Taekwondo practitioner, Adkins has undoubtedly embraced the core philosophy of the martial art, which emphasizes mental discipline, strong ethics, and holistic self-development. This includes key principles such as courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, and an indomitable spirit. Taekwondo, which has been developed since the 1940s through the 1950s, certainly has its own distinct characteristics. The name itself can be broken down into three parts. Te, meaning to strike or kick with the foot. Quan, which means to strike with the hand. And Do, which refers to the art or the way. Although it teaches both hand and foot techniques, Taekwondo is heavily dominated by kicks. This martial art places a strong emphasis on powerful leg strikes, including high kicks, jumping kicks, and spinning kicks. In Taekwondo training, practitioners also undergo gyokpa or wirok, which involves board breaking. This technique is used for testing, training, and showcasing martial arts skills. Demonstrations often go beyond wooden boards, featuring the breaking of bricks, tiles, blocks of ice, and other materials. However, even though Adkins' kicking techniques would be incredibly lethal in a stand-up fight, that doesn't mean Seagal would be an easy opponent. The American martial artist brings Aikido to the table, a discipline specifically designed to neutralize and redirect incoming attacks, including powerful kicks like those from Adkins. As a 7th degree black belt and a Shihan in Aikikai Aikido, Seagal has undoubtedly mastered the intricate techniques of this martial art. What's more impressive, he became the first non-Japanese and the first American to operate a dojo in Japan, making it highly likely that Seagal has gained deep insight into Aikido's more advanced, even secret, techniques. Aikido teaches the path of harmony and peace, emphasizing the unification of body, mind, and spirit with the universe. It is a defensive martial art that focuses more on mastering oneself than defeating an opponent. By harmonizing with an opponent's energy, Aikido teaches practitioners to respond to attacks calmly, avoid harmful confrontation, and cultivate inner peace. Instead of engaging in direct confrontation, Aikido practitioners learn to redirect and use the opponent's momentum and energy to control the situation, often allowing the conflict to be resolved without a fight. Unfortunately, Adkins and Seagal have never crossed paths, let alone faced off in a real fight. However, a matchup between Taekwondo and Aikido practitioners can offer us a glimpse of what it might look like if Adkins and Seagal were ever to truly go head-to-head.
Turning aside his attack can be deadly when applied correctly. Aikido, or being one with the universe, as Steve says, produces some unbelievable results.
In this first clip, we see a sparring moment between an Aikido practitioner and a Taekwondo fighter. Right from the start, the fight shifts into a ground battle, clearly giving the upper hand to the Aikido practitioner. After both fighters get back on their feet, the Taekwondo practitioner attempts a high kick aimed at the opponent's head. However, the Aikido practitioner is able to intercept the attack with ease. After a prolonged exchange, the Aikido practitioner finally seizes the moment to apply his signature joint lock technique, leaving the Taekwondo fighter with no choice but to surrender. That same scenario continues to repeat itself in the minutes that follow. The Aikido practitioner consistently manages to control his opponent using nothing more than precise joint locks. In this second clip, the Aikido practitioner fully demonstrates the art of redirecting and using the opponent's momentum and energy. As a result, the Taekwondo fighter struggles to even make contact. After spending some time skillfully using his opponent's momentum, the Aikido practitioner then transitions into applying a joint lock technique to gain full control. Moments later, the Aikido practitioner once again redirects the momentum and energy from his opponent's attack, but this time, he finishes the move with a powerful throw. Much like the previous clip, this sparring moment also highlights how untouchable the Aikido practitioner is. He's clearly not a match the Taekwondo fighter can handle.
Sir! Sir! Sir!
Several times throughout the match, the Aikido practitioner executes clean takedowns, and just as often, he follows them up with effective submission holds.
Good, nice! Sir! Sir! Sir!
This clip clearly demonstrates just how effective Aikido techniques are at intercepting and neutralizing incoming attacks. Time and again, the Taekwondo practitioner is taken down and caught in submission holds by his opponent. By the final minutes of the sparring session, the Aikido practitioner continues to rack up winning points through a series of well-executed takedowns. Next, in this clip, Aikido and Taekwondo go head-to-head inside the Octagon. Richard Ellis, an MMA fighter with a background in Aikido, faces off against Russell Dennis, also an MMA fighter, but rooted in Taekwondo. The fight kicks off with intense energy from both sides. The fight quickly turns intense as Ellis manages to bring Dennis down to the ground. That's when Ellis takes control, unleashing a flurry of punches. And with Ellis's relentless strikes rendering Dennis unconscious, the Aikido practitioner is officially declared the winner.